Okay, we're back for quiz 50. This is going to be, after this one, it'll be 2,000 questions. So, going right, we've almost a year's worth. Right here, some of the scores from last week. Some good scores, not as high as the previous week because scores were getting too big. I had to make it slightly harder to bring the scores down a bit. So, we've got Johnny and Brian on a 20. Caroline and Brian on a 20. Jerry Smith on a 21, Josie and Bill on a 21, Andre got a 23, John and Dawn came in with a 24, which is a good score, and Stevie and Rita 26. But this week's leaders with a good score at 28 was Jean and Davy from Lisburn. Jean and Davy, well done, that was a good score. Right, we're going to start off with round one. Which part of the body would you find the bones, stapes, malleus, and the ingus? Okay, so which part of the body would you find the bones, stapes, malleus, and the ingus? Incus, A-N-C. Number two, which TV series takes place in Port Wen, W-E-N-N? Which TV series takes place in Port Wen? And number three, which silent movie star actor was known as the man with 1,000 faces? Which silent movie actor was known as the man with 1,000 faces? And what spice is made from the seeds of a plant whose leaves are called cilantro or cilantro, C-I-L-A-N-T-R-O? Which spice is made from the seeds of a plant whose leaves are called cilantro? And number five, what's the name of a clarified butter commonly used in Indian cooking? What's the name of a clarified butter commonly used in Indian cooking? Number six, who did Time magazine name as their Man of the Year in 1938? Who did Time magazine name as their Man of the Year in 1938? And number seven, in the Bible, how long did it take God to complete all of creation? In the Bible, how long did it take God to complete all of creation? And number eight, in which year was Alexander Graham Bell granted a US patent for a telephone? I'm going to give you 5 years either way. Okay, so you have 5 years either way. In which year did Alexander Graham Bell was granted a US patent for a telephone? You have 5 years either way. Okay, get them answers down if you want to go back in some of them. If you want to rewind it, I'm going to give you the answers. Number one, which part of the body would you find the bones, stapes, malleus, and the incus? It's the ear. And which TV series takes place in Port Wen? It's Doc Martin. And which silent movie star actor was known as the man with 1,000 faces? Lon Chaney. And what spice is made from the seeds of a plant whose leaves are called cilantro? That's coriander. And what's the name of a clarified butter commonly used in Indian cooking? Ghee, or G-H-E-E. And who did Time magazine name as their Man of the Year in 1938? That was Adolf Hitler. And in the Bible, how long did it take God to complete all of creation? 6 days. 6 days, and he rested on the Sabbath, which was a Saturday back then in the day. And Sabbath was a Saturday. Right, in which year was Alexander Graham Bell granted a US patent for a telephone? You had 5 years either way. It was 1876. So you have anything between 71 and 81, give yourselves a point. Okay, we're going to go on to round 2. Get them scores down. I think it'll be up in the, don't think it'll reach the 30s, but I think it'll be in the high 20s again this week. Okay, here's number 1. What was the name of a book and film by Jack Higgins to kidnap or kill Winston Churchill? Okay, what was the name of a book and film by Jack Higgins to kidnap or kill Winston Churchill? And number 2, which 1941 film directed and starred Orson Welles is considered by many to be the greatest film ever made? Okay, which 1941 film directed and starred Orson Welles is considered by many to be the greatest film made? Number 3, what was the singer Dion's biggest UK hit? What was the singer Dion's biggest UK hit? Number 4, which TV programme, which ended in 1980, had hosts called Mick Robertson, Tommy Boyd, Doug Ray, and Jenny Hanley? There's a couple of other ones, but they were some of the ones that was doing. Number 5, of 118 episodes, which Roger Moore TV series did he drive a white Volvo? Was his main car a white Volvo, and then he moved on to a Jaguar? But what was the programme? Okay, number 6, what's the name of the trophy you get for winning the British Open Cup in golf? What's the name of the trophy you get for winning the British Open golf? What's the name of the trophy? Okay, Bruce Lee, number 7. Bruce Lee starred as Kato, a sidekick of which US crime fighting hero? Bruce Lee starred as Kato. He was sort of the, what do you call it, like a chauffeur? Was he like a chauffeur sort of type? Bruce Lee starred as Kato, a sidekick of which US crime fighting hero? Number 8. This came to me during the week, and I thought of one thing and then he added the rest in. So this could get you maybe this week. It's a bit tricky. What connects, this is a connection round, what connects all of the above? So I haven't done one of these in weeks, but something came to me during the week and then says, that could be a good big connection round, and I tried to connect more things in to get that 8. So hope you like this one. Write all them down, and if you want to go over some of them, rewind it, because I'm going to give you the answers to round 2. Okay, what was the name of a book by Jack Higgins? It was also a film about a German plot to kidnap or kill Winston Churchill. That was The Eagle Has Landed. Which 1941 film directed and starred Orson Welles is considered by many to be the greatest film ever made? Citizen Kane. And what was singer Dion's biggest UK hit? Run Around Sue got the number 11, but The Wanderer got the number 10. So it was The Wanderer. Which TV programme, which ended in 1980, had hosts called Mick Robertson, Tommy Boyd, Bobby Ray, Jenny Hanley, and a few other ones? It was Magpie. With 118 episodes, which Roger Moore TV series did he drive a white Volvo, then a Jaguar? That was The Saint. And what's the name of the trophy you get for winning the British Open Golf? It's the Claret Jug. It's the Claret Jug. And Bruce Lee starred as Kato, a sidekick of which US crime fighting hero? That was the Green Hornet. The Green Hornet. And what connects all the above? Well, we've got eagle, we've got citizen, we've got wanderer, we've got magpie, we've got saint, we've got claret, and we've got hornet. If you add a wee S to the end of them all, you've got the nicknames of Premiership football teams. You've got the Eagles, Crystal Palace. You've got the Citizens, Man City. You've got the Wanderers, Wolverhampton. You've got Magpies, the Newcastle. You've got the Saints, Southampton. The Clarets, Burnley. And you've got the Hornets, Watford. So, if you like that one, I thought it was good. Sometimes it comes to you, sometimes it don't. Get your scores down anyway. And we're going to move on to round 3. Which James Bond film wore poison-tipped shoes? Which James Bond film wore poison-tipped shoes? And number 2, which movie featured Burt Reynolds in both the original 1974 film and the 2005 remake? Okay, so which movie featuring Burt Reynolds? He was in both the original 1974 film and the 2005 remake. Number 3, in which 1970s sitcom was Blakey one of the main characters? In which 1970s sitcom was Blakey one of the main characters? Number 4, what was the famous movie poster tagline for the 1930 film Anna Christie, starring Greta Garbo? What was the famous movie poster tagline for the 1930 film Anna Christie, starring Greta Garbo? Number 5, Anthony Hopkins, George Lawton and Trevor Howard have all played which historical character on film? Okay, Anthony Hopkins, George Lawton and Trevor Howard have all played which historical character on film? Number 6, "Made it ma top of the world" are the last words of the body in which film? Okay, so it was "Made it ma top of the world" are the last words of the character in which film? Number 7, which cult TV series would you associate with the words "I am not a number, I am a free man"? Okay, so which cult TV series would you associate with the words "I am not a number, I am a free man"? And number 8, which popular film had a character called Caractacus Potts? Okay, so which popular film had a character called Caractacus Potts? Okay, get them answers down, and if you want to rewind that and go back to some of them, I'm going to give you the answers to round 3. Which James Bond film wore poison-tipped shoes? Rosa Klebb. Which movie featured Burt Reynolds in both the original 1974 film and the 2005 remake, The Longest Yard? Which 1970s TV sitcom was Blakey one of the main characters on the buses? What was a famous movie poster tagline for the 1930 film Anna Christie, starring Greta Garbo? Garbo talks. Anthony Hopkins, George Lawton and Trevor Howard have all played which historical character on film? Captain Blythe. Meet you on the bed. Made it ma top of the world are the last words of the body in which film? It was White Heat, starring James Cagney. White Heat. And which TV series, cult series, would you associate it with the words "I am not a number, I am a free man"? It was The Prisoner. And the last one, which popular film had a character called Caractacus Potts? It was Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Okay, mark their scores down. This one's a geography round. We're going to go into the geography round for round 4. Which country has been called Myanmar since 1989? Which country has been called Myanmar since 1989? And which desert covers part of China and Mongolia? Which desert covers part of China and Mongolia? Number 3. How is the Republic of China better known? How is the Republic of China better known? Number 4. Which country does East Timor belong? Okay. Which country does East Timor belong? And number 5. Between 1947 and 1972, what was Bangladesh called? Okay, between 1947 and 1972, what was Bangladesh called? Number 6. Which part of Russia had the lowest temperature ever recorded? Okay, so which part of Russia had the lowest temperature ever recorded? And number 7. Which Pacific Islands, Pacific? Why? I said specific. Which Pacific Islands shares its name with a wise man? Which Pacific Islands shares its name with a wise man? Okay, don't worry, the last one all around. What name is given when the equator is furthest away from the sun? Okay, so what name is given when the equator is furthest from the sun? Okay, get them answers down. Plot up the scores. I'm going to give you the answers, okay? Number 1, which country has been called Myanmar since 1989? Burma. Which desert covers part of China and Mongolia? Gobi Desert. And how is the Republic of China better known? Taiwan. And which country does East Timor belong to? Indonesia. Between 1947 and 1972, what was Bangladesh called? East Pakistan. And which part of Russia had the lowest temperature ever recorded? It was Siberia. And which Pacific Island shares its name with a wise man? It's the Solomon Islands. And what name is given when the equator is furthest from the sun? It's a solstice. Okay, we're moving on to the last round. And it's a wee mixture. Number 1. What time is it now? 18 minutes. Right. Who directed the 1977 film A Bridge Too Far? Who directed the 1977 film A Bridge Too Far? Now here's a tough one all around here. What's the name of the fictional gentleman's club in the Sherlock Holmes stories and films? What's the name of the fictional gentleman's club in the Sherlock Holmes stories and films? I think Billy Gray will get this one. This is a hard one, but he likes his Sherlock Holmes. Number 3. Who first wrote the line, "It is better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all"? Who wrote that? Who was the writer of that? Okay, number 4. In which country would you find the Petronas Towers? Which country would you find the Petronas Towers? Number 5. Who wrote the book of Mice and Men? Number 6. What is Frank Sinatra's middle name? Okay, what's Frank Sinatra's middle name? And number 7. On which date is All Saints Day? On which date is All Saints Day celebrated? The last one all around, just come up to 20 minutes. Nation shall speak peace unto nation is the motto of which organisation? Okay, nation shall speak peace unto nation is the motto of which organisation? Okay, get all them answers down. I want to go back on some of them because I'm going to give you the answers. Let me know how you've done. There was some good scores this week. It was Jean and David who was the winners of last week's quiz. Well done to them too. Number 1. Who directed the 1977 film A Bridge Too Far? It was Richard Attenborough. What's the name of the fictional gentlemen's club in the Sherlock Holmes stories and films? The Diogenes Club. Diogenes, the Diogenes Club. Who first wrote the line, "It is better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all"? It was Alfred Lord Tennyson, the poet. In which country would you find the Petronas Towers? They're in Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia. Who wrote the book of Mice and Men? It was John Steinbeck. What's Frank Sinatra's middle name? Albert. And on which date is All Saints' Day celebrated? It's the day after Halloween. It's the 1st of November. And nation shall speak peace unto nation is the motto of which organisation? It's the BBC. Okay, folks, hope you enjoyed that, particularly the wee connection round. And let me know how you get on. Okay, have a good weekend. See you soon.